Alright you guys, so it's 2018. I am so excited to be back on my channel. I want to go ahead and do a fun video for the beginning of the year. So every time I'm on social media or YouTube or Instagram and so on, I always see people debating if it's better to bake your face or set your face. Now, to be honest with you guys, I only ever bake my face. I really haven't just set it and moved on. But I know there's a lot of pros and cons to both of them. I just want to go ahead and see what the differences are, which one is better, which one is worse, and so on. So also want to know down below, please let me know if you guys bake your face or if you set your face, because I want to see the majority of people and their opinions. But if you guys want to stick around and see what they are, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so we're first going to go ahead and start with concealer. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and use my Tarte Shape Tape. So what I'm going to do right now is just apply it on my face and so on. Okay, so I'm done applying my concealer and so far everything looks good. So for powder today, I'm going to go ahead and use my Danessa Myricks Evolution Powder in the shade number 3. So what I'm going to do first is bake, because I want to see what it will look like after I bake. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and set the face. Okay, so when it comes to baking, you guys, I will say one thing. It does involve a lot of steps. So for me, you guys, just to make sure it looks really flawless and beautiful underneath my eyes, I always go ahead and press the powder into my face first, because if I don't do that, it always looks really cakey underneath my eyes. So what I do first is I go ahead and press out the wrinkles underneath, or the creases, whatever you want to call it, and then I go ahead and dip some powder and then press it into my skin first. So once I'm done pressing the powder in, I go ahead and bake on top. You guys, it is very important to make sure you press the powder in first and then bake on top, because it won't look cakey at all. But let me go ahead and get some powder on my sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on my face. Okay, so I'm currently letting my face bake right now. What I'm going to do is let it bake for 10 minutes or so. Then I'll be right back to remove all the powder and see what it looks like. And then we're going to go ahead and set the other side. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So it's been 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and brush it off and see what it looks like. I always use my e.l.f. blush brush, you guys. It's one of the best I have tried out there. So if you haven't picked this up, go ahead and pick it up. It's only $3. Let's go ahead and brush it off our face. So this is what my face looks like, you guys. Obviously, this side looks a whole lot brighter and smoother. It doesn't look cakey whatsoever. I do know some people out there struggle with dry under eyes, so baking would definitely not be a good idea. But for me, you guys, I don't have that issue, so my under eyes look really smooth and flawless. So moving on to the other side, you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and take a beauty blender, of course. I'm going to go ahead and press out the concealer underneath my eyes, because it's already creasing for letting it sit there for so long. And then what I'm going to do now is take some of the powder and also use my e.l.f. blush brush with a little bit of powder right here. I'm just going to go ahead and tap it underneath my eyes. Okay, you guys, I will say one thing. I love how flawless my under eyes looks. Now, granted, it doesn't look as bright as the side that I did bake, but it still looks pretty flawless. So I don't know why I've never just set my under eyes. It's just something I don't really do. But I will say, you guys, it looks really, really good so far. Okay, you guys, so this is what my face looks like right now. You guys do remember this one right here is the one I did bake, and then this one right here is the one I did set. So just to make it a little bit more fair, what I'm going to do now is just finish up the rest of my face. I'm just going to go outside, have some fun, do a little bit of errands. Now I'll be back to tell you guys the differences between the two. So it is currently 1:39 right now. I should be back around 4:30-ish, and by then, you guys, I should have a fair judgment of which side is a little bit better. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back, you guys, and I do have a jacket on because it is freezing outside, but I do have my pros and cons on my phone. I did go ahead and write them down, so let me go ahead and read them to you guys. Okay, so starting with the side that I just applied the powder underneath my eyes, it does apply really fast. That's what I love about it, because sometimes, you guys, I am rushing to work or school and I don't have time to bake. So this would be a good alternative to that. And it also looks really, really natural. It doesn't look cakey or like I have too much makeup on my face. It looks really, really natural. But I do have more cons than pros. So the first one is it doesn't give me a lot of coverage underneath my eyes. I do notice that I can still see like my dark circles underneath, which I don't like so much. And also, you guys, creasing is so bad for me. My under eyes have a lot of creases underneath there, and it just doesn't look flattering whatsoever, especially when you get really close up to my face. And one more thing, I am a little bit more oily on this side. It's not a lot, you guys. I was expecting to be like really, really oily and so on, but it's not as bad as I thought. So those are my thoughts on this side right here. Okay, so moving on to the side where I bake my face, I do have 3 pros. So the first one is it does give me a lot of coverage because I can't see my dark circles, and it looks really, really flawless underneath my eyes. And I also don't have any creases underneath my eyes, which I really, really appreciate, because with concealer, it's very important that you don't have creases. I do have like a wrinkly under eye, so I mean, I do get creases regardless, but when I bake, you guys, I don't have any whatsoever. And also, you guys, I don't have oils peeking through. It's only been like 4 hours or so, so there's not a lot of oils coming through, and I still look really matte on this side. Whereas on this side, you guys, I'm getting a little bit more shiny. Okay, so moving on to the cons of baking my face. The first one is it involves a lot of steps, you guys, because one, I have to go ahead and press the powder into my skin. Then I have to go ahead and bake my face, let it sit for 10 minutes or so, then brush it off. It's just a lot of work, especially when I'm like rushing to work or school or something like that. I don't have the time. Okay, so the next one is it can look really cakey if it's not done right. So I do notice sometimes, you guys, if I don't do those exact steps, my under eyes will look really cakey and dry, and I do not appreciate that whatsoever. And the last one is it takes a little bit longer than setting your under eyes. So they do have their pros and cons each side, you guys, but honestly, they're both still very good. The side where I just set my under eyes, I will use this for like, you know, if I'm going to school or work or somewhere, I won't be for too long. I will go ahead and just set my under eyes. But if I'm going to a party or an event or something like that, I'll go ahead and bake my face because it locks in my concealer. I don't crease, I don't get as oily. It's just a really good technique. So you guys, I will say, one is not better than the other. I do think they're both very equally good. It just depends on the occasion. So that's my final verdict on this, you guys. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun. Also, you guys, don't forget to let me know down below what side you guys are on. You guys go ahead and bake your face, or just go ahead and set your under eyes. So please let me know down below. But I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.